remember this. It's talking about how this I don't know if you remember on Shark Tank, but there was like this one lady who was selling a particular kind of lipstick. I can't remember the name of the lipstick brand, but they were denied on Shark Tank, and now they're like $500,000 now. That's how much their brand is worth.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. Hmm. Um, but you know what? Let's talk about this whole thing about cosplay and consent. Because that's like one of the main things that's coming up recently.
Oh yeah, because we got con season coming
Con
up in the
season
next
is coming.
month or so.
Yeah, well, depending on where you are, it might have already started for you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they got the little small cons that kind of pop up here and there. That's pretty much all year round. But,
True.
you know, in a few months, you'll have like the really big cons happening all around the U.S., around the world probably too.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yes, consent and cosplay. Why is it such a hard concept for people to understand?
I don't understand either. Just because of, like, you would figure it would be common knowledge. Like, hey, don't be a fucking asshole to people.
Or just don't touch people.
True.
Don't touch. And I guess what brought this to my attention recently is about, you know, people are sharing the usual, you know, cosplay is not consent thing. And people are talking about how, like, all cons should have this sign. And there was a screenshot. I'm kind of sort of in this group, and a screenshot of a conversation popped up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw
like,
that the other day.
Yeah. And
it was like one of those like hot debate topics that everybody was talking about.
And it's just like
it's not.
It doesn't matter what people wear. It doesn't matter if they're in a kimono. It doesn't matter if they got a swimsuit on. It doesn't matter if they're shirtless. If they got armor looking stuff on. Don't touch them.
True.
Ask for permission. And it also got to the topic of like taking pictures.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that too.
I mean, to me, it's common sense. You see somebody with this dope ass cosplay, or they're cosplaying your really favorite character, or whatever. You go up to them, you say, "Hey, is it possible I take a picture of you, or take a picture with you?" They either say yes or they say no. You don't call them bitch. You don't call them slut if they say no or whatever. You don't give them shit for it.
Because you never know how comfortable some people are, or even in like you might not know, they might be on their way to a panel or something. They're rushing to get somewhere. But I mean, majority of the time you can already tell. You know, I shouldn't really try to catch them. I mean, they're rushing somewhere.
If they're power walking and they're like avoiding people, like you can see like somebody's like waving at them and it looks like they want to talk to them, but they're just like hi, bye kind of thing. They're obviously in a rush to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of obvious to tell those things.
Yeah, but it's like you can tell when there's like some people that like don't want to be bothered. Yeah. Or even then, like I feel like that's like one of the best things about being at cons and asking people, you know, for their picture is like seeing. I love seeing people's faces light up when you're like, "Hey, can I get your picture?" Because a lot of the time, some people just feel like, you know, their cosplay is just kind of shit.
Me. I do. I honestly feel like my cosplays are shit. Honestly.
So it's like when somebody like walks up and they're like, "Hey, can I get your picture?" And they're like, "What? Really? Yeah." Like they get real hype over that shit.
That's never happened to me, but like I love seeing the expression on other people's faces though when I come up to them and say that. Oh yeah. But that's never happened to me. It's always happened to you actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really noticed it.
I mean, when you cosplayed as Gajil from Fairy Tail, people instantly recognize who you were. They're like, "Oh, can I get a picture of you?" And I was just kind of like pushed off to the side. Like I was cosplaying as Levy, and it's like a lot of people. In all honesty, a lot of people didn't know I was Levy because there was also, what was that movie?
Inside Out.
Inside Out, and apparently one of the little characters from that cartoon looks like similar. Levy. So like a lot of people didn't know, and like somebody actually like asked me like, "Are you cosplaying, you know, from Inside Out?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm Levy from Fairy Tail." They're like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I still didn't get that picture, but it's okay. I am salty about that.
The best thing that happened while we were in that cosplay was going to the actual group shoot. And we ran into that, I think she was a Mira cosplayer. She was,
the Mira cosplayer who cried.
God. She was so upset.
She's like, I have to know, are you guys a couple? And we're like, yeah, we're an actual couple. She's like, you're cosplaying.
No. We told, she asked if we were a couple. We told her that we had gotten engaged because we got engaged at that con. And she flipped shit, started crying. It was the
best thing ever. It was the best thing ever. I'm like, this makes it all worth it. Cause like I hated this cosplay. I'm like, I don't want to forget this cosplay. And then like having her reaction like that was just beautiful. It's like, okay, I can do this now.
Yeah, but like that back on that topic, like the biggest thing that you'll hear a lot of people say is like, oh, you know. Like, why should I have to ask to take somebody's picture and that type of shit? And it's like, really, dude, is it really gonna hurt your fragile fucking ego to walk up to some chick and ask her, hey, can I get a picture of your cosplay? Like, word? And granted, some of the times they may say no because you may genuinely look like a creeper or you're acting like a fucking creeper.
Right.
But then again, you knew before you came over there what your intentions were getting that picture.
Right. Because, like, 9 times out of 10, like, if you get a vibe that something's off with this person, like, something about them is just weirding you out, like, all over your body. Like, your whole body's just screaming, don't, like, talk to this person, don't be near this person is dangerous, all this other, like, alarms are going off in your head, then you're probably right.
True.
So
it's like I don't want to be around you. If I got this weird vibe coming from you, I'm not gonna try to talk to you.
Right.
Yeah, like it's like
Okay, but then see, here's another thing though. Mm-hmm. When people ask to take pictures with the cosplay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was the other thing that they were talking about.
This is like the biggest thing to me. It's like I try not. I want to make everybody feel comfortable around me, especially because like, you know, I don't know how comfortable other people are with their situations, but it's like, you know, I'm comfortable enough to, like, if you want to come and give me a hug in the middle of a photo, go right ahead. But some people just aren't cool with that.
Right.
Especially because, like, fine. You know, sometimes there's like small little accents or details that they have to their cosplays to where if somebody touches them, some shit could break off or some shit like that. So you want to keep an eye out for some shit. Like, you might want to, like, you know, talk to someone before you end up touching them and end up fucking breaking some shit. Right.
Like, if I see someone with really... Okay, because personally, if I see somebody that has a really cool cosplay or they're cosplaying my favorite character, because I'm camera shy myself and I honestly think I look like worse than a pile of dog poop, I'm not going to get in the picture with this person. Like, I take that picture is just going to be of that person. But there are times, you know, there are people who want to actually get in the photo with that person. And, I mean, common sense to me would be like, okay, is it okay if I wrap my arm around you? Like, I would ask the cosplayer if it's okay. Like, how do they feel with me being in this picture? Like, do we just stand shoulder to shoulder? Like, do we strike a pose? And, like, you know, do we hug each other? It's like...
Exactly.
It's like, it's common sense to me that you would just ask somebody these questions. And the fact that, like, this person who commented on this post that, you know, was screenshotted and was being shared around, just, like, the fact that this person just refused to, like, see this, like, bothered the hell out of me because it's common sense to me. It's like when you go to a restaurant, you don't just leave your table looking like a complete absolute wreck. Like, you try to like clean up a little,
mm-hmm.
you know. It's common sense to me, but it's not common sense to other people. And it's like, why is that not common sense?
I don't know if that's a good comparison.
Is that a good?
To
okay,
me,
give me a better comparison.
To me, it's like, because we're talking about, like, you know, when you want to take a picture with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. And like, say you want to, you know, wrap your arm around somebody, you want to give them a hug or something like that. Like, it's better to ask before you just start touching somebody. So basically, I would compare it to, like, you walk into a restaurant and there's like a group of people sitting at a table. You don't just walk up and sit at their fucking table. Like, if you see that there's a spot at that table and there's nobody else sitting there at that table, you would come up and ask them, hey, is it cool if I take this seat right here? There's no other spots to sit down. Sometimes they'll be like, yeah, sure, sit down, chill with us. That's cool. But if they say, nah, I don't know you, I don't feel comfortable with you sitting by us, you respect their decision because they got there before you. But even then, it's their. It comes down to the simple fact that, you know, it's their body, and you don't have the right to touch them if they don't want you touching them.
Y'all ain't got a healer on your team?
I think we do. We got Lucio.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I don't see a healer. That's why. I mean, not that you need it or anything. I'm just.
I got it covered.
Like, it took me a second to realize who you were playing as, honestly. It's like, wait a minute.
Because I do end up getting body that's hurt a lot, so it's just like, I'm glad I at least have Lucio to watch my back.
Oh, that's good. Oh, good job.
Body.
Good job.
But, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like, you know, you don't have the right to touch somebody if they don't want you touching them.
Right, and it's just don't take pictures without permission. Plain and simple. Just go up to that person and say, "Can I just get a picture of your cosplay? It's really awesome."
Yeah, it's like
they're gonna say either yes or no, and you accept it.
Like 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say yes. Mm-hmm. It's been very rare times where I've like asked somebody to get a picture and they said no.
Right. I mean, the few times that they have said no, it's been a justified reason. Yeah,
it's like, no, they're in a rush somewhere.
I'm in a rush. I'm sorry.
Or they're in the middle of doing something, or they're getting ready to go eat. And I'm just like, you know what? I feel you, fam, because I'm hungry too.
Oh, but the other thing that like really bothers me, though, is when you see a cosplayer taking a picture with another person, and you see like there's like a little like line for this person, and you just jump in front of that line and just jump in and want to take a picture.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Do you not see this line?
I've had that happen to me so many times where it's like, you know, there's somebody who I want to take a picture with, and like I have I like pull them to the side. You know, I ask them if I can get their picture. And, like, you know, I'm getting my camera out. I'm getting set up.
And then all of a sudden somebody just jumps in.
And like, somebody just jumps in front of you and fucking camera jacks you, pretty much.
Right.
So it's like...
Even though I got to give props to those cosplayers who was like, yeah, this guy asked for the picture first. Can you wait? Yeah. I'm like...
Just like, shut your shit down, fam.
I'm like, I love this cosplayer even more.
it helps us out a lot. I really appreciate people that do stuff like that, because it's like it's being courteous to other people, because if I'm in the middle of taking a picture and your big gigantic ass flash goes off in the middle of my picture, my lighting is going to be completely off.
Right.
Or even worse, one of the worst things I've had happen to me multiple times in the middle of me recording a video with people. People will see me with the camera in hand pointed at somebody, and they will sit there and jump in and try to get a photo.
Yeah. But you know what? Mad respect to those people who like realize what they've done and they immediately apologize.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh my God, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry, and they like try to back away, and it's like when they do that, then I'm like, you know what? Go and get your picture, fam. We can edit this part out. It's cool. Get your picture, because I'm like,
It's like some people that like, because I can genuinely understand that there are some people that get caught up in the hype. Right. I understand that. I myself get caught up in the hype sometimes.
Ooh, I like it.
But like, if like, there's a difference between like, you know, getting caught up in the hype and then just being a fucking ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm perfectly fine with getting caught up in the hype and then you end up, you know, running into somebody's picture. But then you gotta at least acknowledge the fact that you fucked up because you walked into somebody's frame.
Mm-hmm. Did he just kick you out?
I think we didn't have enough people, so they
sad face.
But
finding game mouse skirmish.
But it's like you gotta know when you're crossing the line, pretty much.
And that's just basically just conventions in general. Common courtesy when it comes to these conventions.
Yeah, it's all about, like, you know, being polite to everybody.
And that's all it is. Like, be polite. Like, I just, like I said, it just bothers me that people just don't realize that what they think is okay is not okay. Like,
yeah, it's like
taking a picture without someone's consent, that's wrong. Period. Just go up to them and ask them, can I get a picture of you in your cosplay? Or can I take a picture with you in your cosplay?
True.
Plain and simple. They say yes, you can. Okay, awesome. They say no, you can't. Just accept that no and just walk away. Because I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but more than likely, depending on what con you're at, you're probably going to see that same cosplay on somebody else at least 3 more times.
Oh, yeah, true.
So it's like, just because you didn't get that person and their cosplay doesn't mean that you can't go find that cosplay on someone else. Now, granted, there are times where you got somebody who's doing such an obscure character or such a, like, heavily detailed character that you're not going to see anybody else cosplay.
Oh, yeah, true. Like those people that do, like, those really, really obscure animes where it's like, you know, there are very few people that really know about it, so they don't really have, you know, that it doesn't really have that type of exposure.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's something like a few years ago, the biggest thing that we had going on was there was Sword Art and then Attack on Titan. So like,
what, you talking about last year?
The last couple of years. So like.
Because I'm about to say last year was nothing but what's her name from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Last year, well, actually no, there wasn't a lot of her.
Lukoa?
No, there wasn't a lot. There was more Toru than Lukoa, actually.
That's not what we said last year.
I saw way more Torus. There were way more Torus.
I think you're just thinking about the one con.
No.
All right, whatever.
Because you didn't go to Midwest.
Right, I didn't go to Midwest.
And Asen had way more of Torus than Lukoas.
I could have sworn there was more Lukoas.
I saw maybe 2, 3 tops.
I knew we should have took record of this because I'm like, I just, but what were we talking about before? We just went kind of. I feel like I derail conversations a lot.
Because we were talking about the fact that, you know, there may be times where there's like you end up coming across a character that, you know, there's going to be more people cosplaying that, and maybe the one that you find you really want to get a picture of because they look really good, but you may find another person that looks like way better because you're bound to find those people because it's a really popular anime or it's like the hot thing right now, so you're gonna see more of it eventually. So it's like, don't bother yourself trying to you know, clamor to get that one picture from that one cosplayer.
Yeah, and getting butt hurt and everything. Like, don't get butt hurt. Somebody says no, just accept it.
Is it even in like like the one thing I could say, like we were saying, is like, you know, if it's that one person that's cosplaying one of your favorite like obscure shows or something like that.
Why would you grapple him? What? That was like really dumb. Like
I don't know.
Like, I'm gonna grapple this dude. This guy a really powerful fist. What?
I don't know if
That didn't make any sense in that one. Okay.
But it's like if it's like one of those really obscure shows where it's like something that's kind of older, or it's like it may be new but not a lot of people know about it, and like it's one of your favorite shows, and you rarely see people cosplay from it, I can understand, you know, you really want to get that picture. It's like, but don't be a dick about it, is the whole thing. Just don't be a fucking dick. That's how we doing shit in 2018. Just don't be a dick. That's like the golden rule.
Don't be a dick.
Of cosplay.
And see, and also the other thing that I want people to understand is that if you have a cosplayer that has a weapon, that whole like don't touch the cosplayer, you know, consent, everything that applies to the weapon too. Because 9 times out of 10, that person has worked very hard on that weapon.
Oh yeah.
And even if they bought the weapon, more than likely trying to get that weapon from point A to this convention took a lot.
A shit ton of work.
So the fact that you're going over and touching this weapon, or you know, or for some strange reason, you actually go grab this person's cosplay item and you go run around and you're spinning it or doing whatever with it. No, we are stopping that in 2018 as well, because no, that's just wrong.
Like, I do have a perfect story to go along with that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know this person personally, but I remember seeing her post in one of the groups that I'm a part of for one of the cons that we attend out here, and she was making a post talking about how she was cosplaying as Harley Quinn, and she had built like this giant sledgehammer to go along with her cosplay. And I remember her like putting up progress of this shit for like weeks leading up to the con, and like I think this was like the first time I had ever been to ASIN, by the way, so this was a couple of years ago. But she had shared, you know, her progress of it, and she was so hyped to come to the con and show off her cosplay and stuff like that. And I guess people just weren't being cautious around her, and people just kept messing with the hammer to the point of where it broke in the middle of the con. Mm-hmm. It's like, and that fucking sucks, especially knowing that you spent like hours on hours trying to put this thing together, like all of that paint work and you know, gluing shit together.
Yeah. So with that being said, just be mindful when you're walking on the con floor of other cosplayers, like tails, dresses.
That's why I try to keep my eyes where I'm at, and like I look out for people, especially with like some of these girls come in with like the big ass like ball gowns and shit. Like, yeah.
So like last year you had like Lukoa and Toru and what's the other girl's name that likes to eat a lot? Alma. Like, you had a lot of people walking around with tails. Like, you had to be very cautious of that. And even if you are by yourself and you're not paying attention, like, if you see someone walking that they're focused on their phone, or they're focused on trying to like walk and fix their clothes as they go, like, you know, just kind of like help them out in being aware of their surroundings. Like, if you see they about to step on that person's I must say tail, for like
walking on their tail, walking on their
right. You see they're about to step on something, like, you know, grab them real quick, like, hey, oh, and then point down.
Kind of help maneuver them around things like that.
Right, just help them out, because like I know people that accidentally, like, you know, mess up someone's cosplay. Like, they don't mean it, but it also, it's like, it's kind of like, you know, that whole theory of like, when you're driving, you're not driving for yourself, you're driving for the people around you.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like that. So when you're walking, walk for yourself, but also walk for other people around you. Like, be alert of your surroundings and their surroundings too.
Yeah. So if you see something, try to help people, because you want to try to do what you can to keep from, you know, destroying other people's shit.
Right.
And that's like my biggest thing. Is like I know how painstaking it is, like just trying to find all the pieces that you need for some shit.
Lord have
and it's
mercy,
like you finally got everything together. You got it looking just the way that you want it, and it's like all it takes is one person to fucking ruin the shit for you.
Mm-hmm. That's all it takes, one person. So just like be mindful of that this con season when you're out and about. Just, you know, don't touch anybody. Don't touch their cosplay. Don't touch their weapon. Don't touch their tail. None of that. Don't touch nobody. Mm-hmm. If you want to touch somebody, touch yourself. Even this,
I'm gonna speak up for not only just like, you know, the female part of the cosplay community, but for the male part of the cosplay community. You see a dude with his shirt off and all that type of stuff. Like,
yes,
please
don't touch him.
Like, this goes for both sides. Like, you can't just go around touching people because you feel like touching them.
Yes, that.
Like, you wouldn't want some random creeper dude walking all up on you, touching you. So why would you do the same to this dude that you see on the floor?
Exactly. So, girls, this goes out to you too. I know there's going to be a lot of muscles out there, and it's going to be high, and they're going to be looking good as hell, okay? Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Like they're going to be rocking your favorite character, shirt on or shirt off. Don't touch them. Because you wouldn't want
I feel for those dudes that do the free cosplays and shit.
I love free because I used to swim back in the day, and I am a water lover, so like I love to see them, like these guys cosplaying these people, but I don't touch them because like I'm that type of person where I'm like, I wouldn't want someone to touch me, so I'm not gonna go and touch these two dudes even though they look hot as hell. I'm like, I'm not gonna go touch them. So like just be mindful, guys. Just don't touch anybody. How about that? Keep your hands to yourself.
Exactly.
Okay? Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch nobody. Don't touch the skin of that person. Don't touch the cosplay of that person. Don't touch they weapon. Don't do that. You want a picture with them? Ask them. If you want a picture of them, ask them.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. And yes, I'm one of those people that say ask as in like I'm going to axe you to death. I'm going to chop up this wood instead of saying ask.
Yeah, but
fight
like it's something that's got to change. We got to get that mindset out of here, because like
we can't be doing no double standards.
Like for real, because I understand that, you know, hot dudes, shirts off and all that type of stuff,
and it's hot out and that sweat, that little bead of sweat. Okay, let me stop.
I'll say you're not helping, but you know. We gonna keep it real.
Keep it 100.
Keep it 100. Just be nice to these people, because the last thing they want to deal with is like creepers touching on them and shit. And
yeah, like we want to make going to these conventions a safe and fun place to be. Like, we're hearing left and right about like all these different creepers and all these different, you know, situations where it's like someone who wants to join the cosplay community is they're nervous about joining for many reasons. But
like after hearing like different stories about random people touching people,
or props breaking, it's like a lot of people don't want to even go to these things, and I'm like, I want them to go and experience the convention life. I want them to have like the best experience possible.
It's an escape, and I love it just because it's like, you know, I get giddy around this time of year just because it's like, I get to see all my friends that don't live here in Illinois and stuff.
He does, and it's so adorable. Like, oh my god, I get to squeeze you to death. You're just so precious.
Shout out to my boy Fred. Shout out to my boy Neek.
And Thomas, you better come. That's all I'm saying.
Shout out to Thomas. Shout out to Alicia. Shout out to Roy.
Fucking Roy though.
I'm gonna shout out my girl Alex. What's up?
Hi Alex. Hi Lalo.
Shout out to Lalo too. Lalo. Shout out.
Lalo.
You got you, fam.
Let me stop. I'm getting kind of crazy right now.
But yeah, it's 2018, fam. Like, just respect people. Put some respect on it.
Why?
Put some respect on it.
What? And this is the man I'm gonna marry. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This is how it's going down.
But no, I totally agree with that though.
Put some respect on it.